Hello, 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 hello. Welcome. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday night. Live. Wait, what did they say? Live from Michigan. It's Wednesday night. Hi, thank you everybody for joining. I know there are two streams posted. Blame StreamYard. And y'all know, I don't have the technological know how to fix that. So I think if you join either one, you can see the same thing. I'm not about to go try to fix it. Don't have nothing to do with me. Hi, Jen. Hi, numbers. Hello, quizzical girl. Hello, be kinder than necessary. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday night. I hope y'all got y'all drink because I do. Hey, Crystal girl. But honey, they went crazy on Tuesday. They lost their mind. Dropped everything happened all at once, all at the same time. I felt like I was. Which one is echoey? The phone one? Okay, join the other one. And tell me if that one is echoey. I don't even know why there's two. StreamYard did that. And like I said, y'all know I don't have no technological know-how to fix it. So if one is wrong, get another one. I still see all the same comments. It appears to me like there's only one stream. I don't know what YouTube is doing. I don't have time. I don't have time. We here, so we gonna be here. We have so many things to talk about. I have so much to say. We are going to be here for a while. Get your drink. If you're cooking, don't burn the chicken. We're going to talk about all the things because there are so many things, and I need to talk about all of them. Okay. We have some housekeeping. First of all, I looked at my Venmo, and I'm gonna thank you all personally. Does it sound weird? Let me see. Okay, I need to. I don't know. I'm just, let me see. I think I can fix my mic. I'll fix it. I'll fix it in re repost. Any hootie, housekeeping. I got an email. It's really my fault. Hey, thanks for becoming a member, Jay. I got an email from Venmo that I had Venmos. Now, let me tell you, I don't really use Venmo. I'm more of a Cash App girl, but I got Venmo because I was bartending to start with um the disparities between why some people use Venmo, why some people use Cash App. That's a conversation for another day. But I don't really use Venmo, so I don't check it often because I don't put money there. So I'm like, there's no money there. But then I got an email that there was money there. You guys sent me money for my birthday. And see, and let me tell you something. You are not pestering me, or I do not feel hounded, and I do not feel accosted. If you send me money on Venmo, Cash App, Apple Pay, whatever, and then you come in this chat and tell me, I don't feel away. It sounds like I'm in a barrel. Is anybody else having sound issues? Do I need to mute and come back? Let me know before I continue and be mad after I see it later. Let me know how it sounds to everybody. Put a one in the chat if it sounds weird for you. Um, I don't even know which one I'm on. It's sounding weird. It's sounding weird. Okay, hold on. Okay, I think I turned the mic up. What about now? Did I turn it down or up? What about now? How are we sounding? Still weird? Feel strange? Better? Better you think, Jen? Let me know. Because I can go to my handheld mics if this is getting on everybody's nerves. I don't want to get on y'all nerves. Because I got so much to say. So if it sounds weird, that's going to be annoying. But I can move over to my handheld mics. Let me know if it sounds weird. Any hootie, I let's try it. Okay. Volume is fine. You can understand me. Okay. I'll switch over to my handheld mics in a second and you guys will tell me if it's better. But I just want to say I don't feel accosted by you guys. Tell me, I sent you money on Venmo, Pepper, and you didn't say thank you. Because we would never be rude like that. I appreciate it. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's 50 cents. It's your 50 cents. And you ain't gonna send it to me. So I want to apologize for the people that sent me money on my birthday and I didn't thank you. I want you to know that I wasn't being rude. I didn't see it, but I see it now, and I got 5 from. First of all, next time, put your YouTube name so I can thank you actually personally. But I'm just gonna say the names that I got in Venmo. I got $5 from Ashley. I got $10 from Jennifer, and I got $6 from a Rachel. Thank you for my birthday money, and now I can go have a birthday drink because it's still my birthday, by the way. Scorpio season is not done. I'm still accepting all gifts. It's very much still my birthday. My birthday was October 29th, but that don't mean nothing. It's still my birthday today, right now. But thank you. I was not ignoring you. I did not. Well, happy birthday, Scorpion. It's in the scroll, Jen. It's in the scroll. But yeah, it's in the scrolling thing right here. Am I playing to it? Right here. Anywho, all right, y'all. Where do we start? Where do we begin? Thank you, Jen. I'll just be doing anything with my hair and trying to figure out what I like. I think I want to cut it all off. Just start over. Where do we begin with the madness that went on Tuesday? Should we start with Brian Walsh? Let's start there. That's why we bond, Sharon. That is why we bond. I saw that Renee released the side buys, and I want to see them all. I want to see every single one, and I want to read them dramatically. I need to find out who's going to be Kim Jong Un. I mean, Judge Beverly Canone. But I want a very dramatic read of them. Anywho, let's start with Brian Walsh because that is where the first part of Tuesday where my flabbers were gasted. That's where my flabbers were gasted first because here we are thinking we're just getting boring old jury selection. Boring little jury selection, nothing major. This biscuit head bastard walks in there and pleads guilty. Excuse me? Excuse me, sir? What did you say? What did you say? Pleads guilty. What does he plead guilty to? He pleads guilty to disposing of a body. They call it dismemberment or dismember, whatever they call it. It's illegally disposing of a body and lying to the police, but not the murder. That is very interesting. That's a very interesting strategy And it leads me to believe he's going to testify. There's no other reason to plead to those charges unless he has to testify. And if he has to testify, he can't be up there looking like a liar. So if he's going to testify, he has decided there are things I'm going to have to admit on the stand. So if I admit them on the stand and I have not pled to them, then that's an automatic guilty for the jury. And what does that do for the jury? If the mother was a liar, and if the mother hid the body, he probably killed the body. So, what do? You plead to the things you can't deny anymore. And what is that? I lied, sent y'all on a wild goose chase, and then I got rid of the body. This case just got so much more interesting to me because what is he going to say happened before he got rid of it? I need to know. If he's just going to say, I don't know, everybody, she woke up dead. What is he going to say is the reason this woman is not alive? Oh, for sure that's what he's going to say. But I need to know, what are you going to say happened to her before you incinerated her in a dumpster? What is your story? I wonder, is it going to be self-defense? Is he going to say, we were fighting and she fell and I got scared? Is he going to say, I just woke up and she was dead? What is he going to say? Exactly, Jen. What half do you think is going to believe that? Are you serious? Are you serious? Sir, what? Sir, what? This case got so much more interesting because what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, sir? What do you mean? He's got rid of a little old body, but I didn't kill it. Sir, tie your shoes and move 2 paces to the left because I'm going to punch you in your throat. Get out of my face. These people are so interesting to me. These type of people. He has clearly went through life having people believe everything he says, even though he's a liar. And so they think that because the people in their little orbit believe them when they're telling these ridiculous lies, they think that they have this charm over the rest of the world and everybody else is going to believe them too. Because, sir, what? What? Because if this is true, if this was true, you may do that initially. But once you're booked on first-degree murder charges, you say, okay, look, this what happened. Sir, go away from me with this, Apollo. Nobody believes you, but I can't wait to see what you're going to say. It's because he's going to testify. I saw some people saying that, oh, it's because he doesn't, if he pleads to it, he won't get that evidence in. That's not true. That is not true in this instance. Generally, yes. Generally, convictions cannot be used as evidence against you in current proceedings. Generally, there are exceptions to that rule. However, in this case, the evidence, the murder, is evidence of the other charges. So no, I won't say that you've been convicted of those things, but I can still use the same evidence that we were going to use to prove those things to prove this. And unless you're going to testify, you wouldn't plead, you'd make them prove it. You make them prove it. But if you're going to testify, your lawyer said, okay, you're going to have to get on the stand and you're going to have to say, yes, I lied about she got in the Uber. Yes, I lied about where I was and where she went and who did what. But that doesn't mean I killed her. Yes, I got rid of her body, that you're going to have to admit because her DNA and your DNA are on the dumpster. But that doesn't mean I killed her. There's things he was going to have to admit if he testified, and things that there's no excuse for. Like, they were going to prove it. Consciousness of guilt is one thing, Claire, but it's also just the minor, just the fact that it's there. The evidence of all of them are evidence of all of them. I need to use your getting rid of the body. That's evidence of the murder itself, without even if I didn't ever charge that. And the only reason they're charging that is because they don't have a body. I just want to know what this man is going to say. This case got so much more interesting on Tuesday. My jaw was on the floor. Do you hear me? I'm just working deep to thin, dilly dallying, not thinking anything. I think she's about to read some instructions to the jury, and I hear, "Do you want to plead guilty to these charges?" I said, "Excuse me." Excuse me, say what? Excuse me, say what did you say? And then I thought he was going to plead guilty to all of it. And I was like, you sent us down this whole rabbit hole just to plead guilty, and then you don't. I think he's hoping he backs them into a corner and they give him some sort of deal that gives him some opportunity to get out of prison. Because they're not going to do that. Their case is too good for that. They're not going to do that. They have no reason to do that. They think they can absolutely prove that you killed this woman. And so they're going to do that. But I mean, we look at both sides here on this channel. To think, well, I don't know what he's going to say happened to the body, so I need to know that first before I know what the defense is. But part of his defense could be, part of his premeditated defense could be that the searches came after. I don't know. If I was on the jury, you're going to jail. But that's why I'm not on the jury. I don't know what the in Walshe's case. Proctor seems very insignificant to him because there is no evidence that points anywhere else. Even if Proctor called him all kind of names and did all kinds of things, it just doesn't hit the same for him. I mean, sure, every defense attorney talks about the investigation, but it just doesn't hit the same for Walshe like it does for everybody else. So I don't think he has a Proctor factor. But I still want to know what he's going to say to her. Make you incinerate her. Sir, you didn't just barrier in the backyard. You wanted her to never be seen again. Bones and all. First of all cases like this trip me out, right? Because this was his wife. I'm not. I was married. I'm not married anymore. But I would hope that he never. He probably did. He probably thought about it. I just hope nobody hates me enough to kill me and get rid of my body. Never even give my kids a chance to say goodbye. That's why these cases are always so fascinating to me because I just be wanting to understand. I just be hoping that one day they grow a pair of balls, stand up and say, I did it and this is why. Because I be wanting to know why. I want to know why. Why were you that mad? I don't know. It be tripping me out. I'm interested. I'm interested. Trial starts on December 1. I'm seated. Opening arguments are gonna be opening statements rather. I'm gonna be seated with a bucket of popcorn. You hear me? I want to know what the prosecution is gonna say. I need to know what that defense is gonna say. And if they say anything about how she actually died, then he's going to have to testify. Otherwise, they don't get that information. They don't get that information from anywhere or anybody else. So if the defense mentions at any point at all how she died, that means he's going to testify. And I am seated. Do you hear me? Seated with my seatbelt fastened, arms and legs inside the vehicle. I need to know. Walshe is very interesting. Walshe is very interesting, and I am seated. Moving right along, moving right along. Has anybody heard about the case of a Mr. Jesse Butler out of Oklahoma? Has anybody heard this name yet? If you have not, let me let you know what it is. Jesse Butler is a menace to society who raped and nearly killed at least one, but two of his victims. They're all still in high school, although he's 19, probably because he's dumb. Strangled one of his victims till the doctor said 30 more seconds and you would be dead. Raped both of them. These girls are 16. He thinks he was 18 at the time. He's 19 now. Strangled one of them within an inch of her life, basically. He was arrested in the softest, gentlest arrest you've ever seen in your life. And not only that, actually, you want to know how much time he did in jail for these heinous, heinous acts against children? None. None. Not one mother effing day. Not a day. And I'm gonna play you. I'm gonna play you his soft, his beautifully soft arrest. Okay, I'm gonna play it for you. I mean, it was poor, poor baby being arrested, and his mom is just like, say your prayer. I'm gonna show you. I'm going to show you. Here we go.
So,
Can you guys hear
Your
it?
what?
Let me know if you can hear.
well, okay, it's fine. It's not locked or anything. Is it? Okay, so can you tell him what you just told me, or?
Yeah. So we're here. We're obviously going to place you under arrest. There's a warrant for your arrest. We're going to take you to the jail. I told your mom that she can contact a bondsman, and you shouldn't be very long. But there just is a process for paperwork and stuff. But right now you do have to come with us, and I do have to put you in handcuffs. So turn around for me.
As if he's not a menacing rapist. Look how soft the police are. All you gotta do is come down. You know, come down to the precinct.
I'll get you out for me. All right.
Isn't it also nice?
Rick knows about this.
Isn't it also sweet? First of all, let me rewind this and show you something.
So,
This right here. This right here. He comes out of the house. They let him come out of the house. Mind you, he's a menacing rapist. He should have been charged with attempted murder, but he wasn't. Menacing rapist. He walks out of the house slowly with his hands in his pocket. Let me tell you something. I do not like to be that person, to be like, if he was black, if he was black. However, in this instance, he was black. They're running in that house, especially when he comes to the door with his hands in his pocket. Everybody's guns are drawn at this point. Not for good old Jesse Butler, this predator. And then she just softly,
you're what?
softly past him.
Well,
You
okay,
got your phone, you got your keys,
it's not locked or anything.
got your wallet.
Okay, so can you tell him what you just told me, or?
Yeah. So we're here. We're obviously going to place you under arrest. There's a warrant for your arrest. We're going to take you to the jail. I told your mom that she can contact a bondsman, and you shouldn't be very long. But there just is a process for paperwork and stuff. But right now you do have to come with us, and I do have to put you in handcuffs. So turn around for me.
He knows exactly what he's charged with. Why is she patting him?
Yeah.
They're giving her all the instructions. Come on down and not that one. Come to the one on the left, not the one on the right. Make sure you go to the right precinct. Don't go to the wrong one.
Stay strong, okay? Say your prayers.
Okay. So we will. He's going to go right to the.
I can't even watch this anymore. This is the problem. This is the problem with society. This is why there'll never be. This is why women choose the fucking bear. Have y'all heard that scenario? Where it's like women choose the man or the bear alone in the woods, or you're gonna choose a man or a bear? The fucking bear. The mom is not part of the problem, Kim. The mom is all of the problem. Because you know your son's a menace to fucking society. And you are petting him like he's a little boy who threw firecrackers in somebody's window. No, he brutally raped 2 children because these girls were 16 children, I'm going to say the right word, because you know what else bothers me, especially with all this Epstein stuff going on, is when they use the term underage girls. Because I feel like that throws off the connotation, and I want you to call them what they are. Children. Their children strangled one of them within an inch of her life. And just walked away, just went home. Just went home. Did it twice, and he just went home. All fair love and war, apparently. Him and that other heifer that threw a baby in the trash can sleep on the same cot in hell if it's up to me. Do you hear me? They don't even get separate beds. Y'all sleep on the same cot full of nails right next to Satan if it was up to me. And your mama can be the one shoveling the coals in the fire so she want to patch her goddamn arm. I cannot take. This is maddening to me because imagine what those girls are going through right now. Mind you, they say that before he was given the slap on the wrist, he was told to stay away from them. But they're in the same school, so he only, I guess, stay away from them so much. But he made his point to still terrorize these girls. Go to hell in a handbasket with gasoline drawers on and never return. I just need to get that off my chest. This made me so mad because I'm tired of these privileged white or white adjacent children. First of all, he's not a child. Grown-ups, because he's the same age as the bitch that put her baby in the trash at the hospital, 19, being treated like children when they are fully aware of what they are doing. And they are doing it because they know nothing will happen to them. But those girls' parents is better than me. Because Jesse wouldn't have made it out the courthouse, and I would smile in my mugshot, and you could put 20 on 10 on that one. Jesse's mama is better than me. Because he wouldn't have been able to step foot back in my house. Because sometimes you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. And I didn't raise that. So I don't know who you is. But you got to get up out of here. You got to get up out of here. Anywho. Bring my blood pressure down. And move on to the next case. We're going to get to Karen Reed. Don't even worry. We're going to get to Karen Reed. But first, is anybody else? No, who's the influenza kid? Tell me more, what that kid do? Is anybody else as interested in the Megan Thee Stallion versus Milagro case as me? Let me know. You don't give a shit. It is so fascinating to me because, first of all, I'm going to tell you right now. If you are a person who believes Tory Lanez should be out of prison, go ahead and click the X on my channel and gone on somewhere else with that. Because I can't have that level of delusion saying that they enjoy my channel. I don't want you out there in the world. I don't want you out there in the world. In Texas, he was driving under the influence, killed 3 or 4 people. He got probation. That is fucking insane. That is insane. Because I guarantee you he's driving drunk right now to this day. I bet you it didn't scare him straight. I bet you he drives drunk every chance he gets. The things money will do. Numbers you don't know about Megan Thee Stallion? Oh, please be seated. Please be seated. Let me explain. We gotta go way back. We gotta go way back. Megan Thee Stallion is a rapper. Tory Lanez is also a rapper. They were out one night, I want to say 22, 21, 22, maybe even 20. Was this pandemic time? I don't know. Years ago. They Stacy, the numbers, I got you. These 2 rappers were out one night at guess whose house? You'll never guess. Kylie Kardashian. Oh wait, she's not Kardashian. Kylie Jenner. They were out at Kylie Jenner's house getting drunk and getting high off that pure white Colombian Kardashian cocaína, if you ask me. That's not in the that is not in the court documents. That is my personal opinion. Please, Megan, don't sue me, because she will sue a motherfucker. Listen. Please, Megan, don't sue me. This is my own personal opinion. Okay? Nobody said this. This is what I said. They were at Kylie Jenner's house getting drunk and sniffing that good, pure white Colombian Kardashian cocaine along with Megan's best friend. And they all got in the car. They all went home, except they didn't make it home before Tory shot Megan in the foot. Okay? Shot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. Somebody heard the shots, called 911. They get pulled over and are held at gunpoint in a standoff in the streets of LA. Megan hops out of the car in a bikini, limping backwards because her foot is bleeding. She has bullet fragments in her foot. Fast forward, Megan's not saying anything, but everybody saw this standoff. Everybody's wondering what's happening. Megan's not talking, but Tory, this little hobbit, gets online and is harassing this girl. Made a video with a horse leg. So Megan finally says, I wasn't going to say nothing, because at first Megan lied and said she stepped on glass. Because, of course, Black women trying to protect Black men, how we do. Megan says, I stepped on glass. Tory starts to harass her online for no reason. So Megan says, fuck that. I want to tell the truth. You shot me. She said that on Instagram Live. Tory is arrested. Tory is charged. Tory is convicted. Had a whole court case. Okay? He actually shot her. There was bullet fragments in her foot. He's on the jail call saying, please, y'all, don't tell on me. Tell her I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. Her best friend, Chelsea, I don't know her name, in the police interview says that Tory shot her. They have text messages from Chelsea to the bodyguard, Tory shot Meg. But she gets on the stand and she acts dumb like she don't remember anything because she's protecting Tory as well. Whatever. Tory is convicted. Tory is serving 10 years in prison. This case is so fascinating to me. So here we are, current day. Megan is suing a blogger named McAlberts. Why, you say? Why is Megan suing a blogger? I'll tell you why. Because the blogger, Megan says, is in cahoots with Tory to defame her. What does McAlberts do? McAlberts shows on her channel an AI, I don't know what you can say on YouTube, an AI porn video of Megan who constantly is on her platform calling Megan a liar. This is not true. Tory didn't shoot her. Blah, 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 blah. Megan says, I'm sick of this shit. I'm going to sue you. So they are currently in trial, civil case. Because Megan said, you and Tory plotted to defame me, and I want you to pay me. McAlberts' defense is, I didn't know. It was all alleged. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know Tory. Except when they asked for McAlberts' phone records, she deleted it all. So now the judge says, okay, Miss McAlberts, you want to play like that? We're going to tell the jury. We tried to get McAlberts' phone records and she deleted it all, and you get to use that against her. I find it fascinating, the people who still walk around saying that Tory did not shoot Megan Thee Stallion. It puts me in the mind of, and let's tie this very neatly into the Karen Reed case. It's a level of, I don't care about the fact of a situation that I can't understand. Because it's the same thing with Karen Reed. There are still people out there after the whole court case established that this man shot her in the foot. There's evidence on top of evidence that this man shot her in the foot. There are still people out there who will say he did not shoot her in the foot. Let's scooch on over to Karen Reed on that note. There's 46-page Superior Court filing, Karen Reed suing Michael Proctor, Tully, Buchanan, Brian Albert, Nicole Albert, Jen McCabe, Matt McCabe, the kitchen sink, the dog, 34 Fairview. Karen said, I'm suing everybody and their mama. And do you know, after reading 46 pages of very clear, succinct evidence, there are still people who will say that she hit him with her car. What mental illness is that? Quickly, because I need not be around those people. I need them to wear some sort of star, David, on their jacket to let me know not to interact with people who don't understand facts. Okay? I need to stay away from those people. let's talk about Karen Reed, because before this filing came out, I initially was going to talk about the fact that the McCabe's and experts were going to try to sue Karen and Turtleboy for defamation, and I thought, that's interesting. That's interesting, because I started to think, is there some merit to the McCabe's, the Alberts, filing a defamation suit against Karen Reed and Turtleboy? And I started to think, maybe, going to be honest, I thought maybe not so much Karen, because Karen, I felt like, was always very strategic in the way she talked about them, where she didn't necessarily blame them, but she definitely she was more careful in the way she talked about them, and that the police didn't look at them, or he definitely, she was just very careful. Then I started to think about Turtleboy, and I said, I don't know. A defamation suit from the McCabe's and the Alberts against Turtleboy might have a little more merit. Might have a little more merit. But then I thought, but wait, why would they do that? Why would they? Because the ultimate defense to defamation is truth. And how are you going to prove that what Turtleboy is saying isn't true? Why would you want to prove what Turtleboy is saying isn't true? Because here's the thing, as much discovery as you get on Turtleboy, he gets the same from you. Why would you open yourself up to these discovery requests? That makes no sense. Why would you want Turtleboy to be able to say, I need to prove what I said is true, so I need all your cell phone records. And I need to see where your car went. And why would you do that? Why would you do that? And then the very next day, Karen Reed's filing dropped. And then I recognized, no, well, you never had any intention on. You cannot pay me to believe that they had already knew this was coming. They already knew this filing was coming, and they tried to beat it by saying, no, we're going to file defamation suit. And then Karen was like, Uno reverse, send it back to you. Karen dropped down the tip, Uno reverse, send it back to you. Listen, and I don't know who wrote this pleading. I'm sure it was, you see that, I love Sir Davis. You see that, Sir Davis? I love the bottles. They're amazing. They did know it from the civil hearing, but they could have said it after that hearing. They waited right before this became public, and I think that was very on purpose. I think that was very on purpose. You can't make me believe that they did not send out that press release only to try to calm what was coming in Karen's filing. Karen has 46 pages. Clear, distinct reasons why y'all killed John. And now you're going to have to try to prove you didn't. And here's the thing. You can't. You can't. And you know why you can't? Because, like my grandma used to say, the same thing make you laugh, make you cry. The reason you can't is because there was no investigation into you. So it was good for you when you were trying to blame Karen. But now that same investigation could have helped you out. But now we don't have that. So guess what? You know what we do got? You know what we do got? I tell you what we got. Thank you, Jared. Make sure you like and subscribe. Do you know what we do got? I'll tell you what we do got. We do got no less than 3 doctors telling us he wasn't hit by a car. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but he wasn't hit by a car. I don't know what y'all gonna do. I don't know what y'all gonna do. And listen, I don't know who wrote this filing. I'm sure it was a group effort by all of her attorneys. But this filing had Alan Jackson's hand all up and through. Alan Jackson is so petty. That is a petty queen. Do you hear me? Alan Jackson is so petty. Somebody put him on the Real Housewives of OC. Ain't don't he live out there in California? Alan Jackson is so petty in this filing. I'm going to read all 46 pages because I'm sure everybody y'all know has read it out to y'all. If y'all want to see it read, I'll go over to one of them, but y'all know we ain't doing all that over here. But there are pieces of that filing that is so Alan Jackson coded. That it's just like, what would you do without him? What would you do without Alan Jackson? There is a piece of this that I do want to read, though. Let me see. I'm looking for it. Give me 1 second. Because we've watched this trial twice now, and there was one part I was like, either I don't remember that, or I don't know if I knew that. Hold on, let me see. Mhm. You know, I hated to see Julie Fat Face Nagel's name in there. That woman will never get a moment's rest. If Julie Nagel doesn't have any haters, then I'm dead. I can't stand that girl. Where is it? I'm gonna find it. There was something about her. I don't know. I'll look for it. If I find it, I'll look for it. Um, but you know what my bigger question is? Who can read this and still, in their heart of heart, believe that Karen Reed absolutely did it? I think those people are never going to be fully convinced that she didn't. But I wonder if this gave them just a little pause to be like, okay, well, maybe she didn't, or I would think this would at least put them on the I'm not sure boat. I don't see how Peg O'Keefe reads this with the evidence laid out very meticulously in a line. It's not all over the place, kind of how you get it in trial, where you get this piece, you get that piece, you get a piece over here, you get a piece over here, and you got to kind of put it together by yourself because they only get an hour in closing. This was laid out so succinctly that I don't understand how you still believe that she's absolutely guilty. Because here's another thing about that. She was guilty, and she just got lucky by the hair of her chinny chin chin. The evidence wasn't there. The I was able to just take this line to the bank. Nobody does all of this. This should give you even more comfort that she did not do this. If she was guilty and she just rolled this lie because that's what I got to do to stay out of jail, she would quietly disappear into her corner of the world and hope nobody ever brings it back up again. The fact that she is like, no, not only did I not do this, I'm going to make you MFers pay for putting me through this. There should be enough reason for you to be like, something ain't right here. Something right here. Let me find the piece about Proctor where I was like, what? Where is it? Mm-mm-mm-mm. You have to find it because I was like, bing. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Numbers from what I have gathered, from people who think Karen is absolutely guilty, they rely on the tail light being broken, and they say, I don't know what they say. I really don't pay. I really stopped paying attention after that part. But the tail light and it being broken, and that's why it had to be her. And to that I say, forget. Like, let me calm down. I'm an adult. I need to calm down. Because it makes me so mad when people are, what'll send me off a cliff is if I'm speaking to you about something and I'm having an argument with you, or maybe we're just discussing something, and you cherry pick one piece of my argument and your whole entire statement is based off that one piece. That drives me crazy. Especially when that one piece is negated by everything else. Because I don't care if the tail was shattered into a billion pieces. Okay. And then where is the evidence on the body that he was hit hard enough with the car that shattered the taillight into a billion pieces? And to read this, they did a good job of laying out what they think happened bit by bit by bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here are the steps that happened. Here's how he was murdered. Here's what they found. Here's where they saw it. If you are still like, no, she didn't. I want to find a very special form of medication for you. That's why I didn't know. Let me share. I'm bringing it on the screen, bring it on the screen. This right here. Much to Proctor's surprise, through the separate law enforcement agency, FBI, through the FBI's investigation, his contemporaneous text messages were discovered. I didn't know. I didn't know. That's new information to me. And oh my God. Anybody, if anyone, anywhere, listening to the sound of my voice wants to make a girl happy for the rest of her life, because I know there's video somewhere. There's video, or there's at least transcript. Do you hear me? If you want to make me smile from ear to ear, you will get me video or transcript of when the FBI told Proctor, we have your text messages. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Oh, that could be a guy on the wall. When I read that, I had to read that sentence like 3 times. And I said, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? He didn't know? Oh, the satisfaction I would get if I was questioning Michael Proctor on stand about something. And my next question was, we got this text message here. The look on his face would be all I need in this world. I know that big beluga whale head was so hot. Do you know? Do you know? At least for me, when I get nervous, this part of my forehead starts to burn. Like it gets really hot. And like the tip of my fingertips go numb when I'm really, really nervous. I get hot right here, and my fingers get numb. And you can tell in my face, I feel like the color just goes away. I feel like I look jaundiced. Oh, baby. I would die happy if I could see the look on his face when they pulled out those text messages, those personal cell phone text messages. Oh, where was I and why wasn't I there? Ah, I am very upset. I am very upset. I feel like I'll never be complete. Feel like I'll never be complete because I did not get to see his face when he learned that they had his text messages. Oh my God, today. Just the thought makes me happy though. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought that he had to like hand over his phone to someone. To not know they have his messages means that they just kind of pulled his information down. Oh, where was I? Why wasn't I? I would have flown in for that. I would have bought the plane ticket. Beat it. I don't give a damn if it was a middle seat. Do you hear me? I would have sat in the middle. Can't believe I missed it. Just imagine, you guys. Imagine what just remember what those messages say. And imagine he doesn't know they have them. Oh, that one little sentence just had me daydreaming in my head about what he was feeling. Do you know how hard your heart beats when you're nervous? Oh, I probably could hear it through the mic. I, they probably could hear his heart through the mic. You said what? What? What did you say? But you know, by 15 Wicked Smart, by the he got to the first prom, he had his now he's got it down. He knows what to say. He knows what they're gonna ask. What does he say? That was very immature, and it shouldn't have been said. That was very immature, and I shouldn't have said that. That was not handled well, and I was just upset. See, it had that down. He had time to rehearse that. But can you imagine if he didn't know? Oh, okay. I'll let it go. But oh, baby, I did not know that. Where was I? Where was I? I need to see it. At least read it. And I want the court reporter to be very descriptive. Witness is sweating now. He has no color in his face. I need it. I need it. What's also interesting to me about this filing is they don't list their attorneys. And I'm wondering, well, Michael Proctor doesn't have any anymore. But I'm wondering if the rest of them have attorneys, and if they can't have the same attorney. They wouldn't have the same attorney because what might be good for you might not be good for me. And how do you decide what you're going to fight, what you're not going to fight? Albert and Higgins have the same attorney. Now, that is a problem, Miss Bailey. That doesn't seem at all feasible. They are diametrically opposed to each other. That doesn't seem right at all. They're going to have to split that. They're going to have to. They're going. That's not going to work. I don't think I don't think any of them having the same attorney is going to work. Maybe the husband and wife and the husband and wife, but Albert and Higgins having the same attorney makes no sense. Makes no sense. Even for Albert and McCabe, they should get separate attorneys. Couples can have the same attorney, especially in something like this, because I'm suing both of you. Y'all can have the same attorney. But to have Higgins and Albert have the same attorney seems ridiculous. That seems ridiculous. 1 second, guys. What? Where I'm at. I think they don't have a choice, because Karen filed this action, so they can't be bluffing. I think they were bluffing about that defamation mess they tried to say they were going to file. Nobody can make me believe that they absolutely put out that press release to try to beat this out. Absolutely they did. You can't make me believe anything different. They put that out to try to beat this out, because why would you ever, even if you wanted to, even if Karen didn't file this, as a McCabe, as an Albert, as a Tully, as a Proctor, as a Buchanan, why would you ever sue Karen? Because they get to ask for the same shit you get to ask for, if not more. Why would you let her, you know what she believes. You know what she believes. And you watch 2 trials. You know what the public believes. Why would you open yourself up to having to go down that road of discovery? I think that was absolutely them trying to beat this out. And Karen said, I show you Uno reverse. I think that was absolutely them trying to play in people's faces. And Karen said, no, I'm going to play. You want to play? I got all the board games. I got Monopoly. I got Sorry. I got Scrabble. What you want? They was never going to file a defamation claim against her. Even like I said, when I first heard it, I was like, that's weird. That's suspicious. Because I can't think of anything Karen said that would warrant a defamation claim. Now, Turtleboy, on the other hand, I know we love Turtleboy. We love Turtleboy over here, but he just said some facts. He done said some facts. He's much more vocal, if you will. So much more vocal, if you will. But if you tell me I'm lying, I have to prove that I'm not. Well, how do I prove that I'm not? I need your phones. I need your emails. I need your cameras. I need your wave data. Come on. I gotta prove I'm not lying. I gotta prove it. Gotta prove I'm not lying. Exactly, Team Wicked Smart. But that type of stuff is why I don't think they would ever actually file a case against her. So much more evidence comes into a civil case that would never be allowed in a criminal case. It's not relevant in a criminal case. There's evidentiary rules in a criminal case. There's all type of reasons why things would not come into a criminal case that absolutely come into a civil case. Why would you ever? They never were going to. They tried to beat this out. They probably got this last week. They probably got this last week. And they're like, what are we going to do? What are we? The fact that Jen McCabe still lives in Canton lets me know that she really is a special kind of evil bitch. Like, she does not give a shit. She really thinks she runs shit around here. There's no way I would still be in Canton. Y'all know who she reminds me of? And I said it when I was watching. Has anybody watched All Her Fault? Have y'all watched that yet? All Her Fault on Peacock? The little annoying mom who was always like, are you gonna volunteer? Are you gonna volunteer? That girl, that lady, that's what Jim McCabe reminds me of. Y'all haven't watched it yet, Miss Bailey and Tammy Leonard? I'm gonna need y'all to get on that. Very good show. Although I have not watched the last episode, so no spoilers, please. Haven't got there yet. But up until the last episode, there's this one depositions can be public. They're not public when they're happening, but they can be released if they want them to be. There's no reason to keep them hidden or under wraps. They can be. They're not, like streamed as they're happening, but depositions can absolutely be released to the public. But what do we think about the side bites? I mean, not that it matters anymore because our case is over, but there are a couple sidebars I cannot wait to get my eyes on. And I remember them vividly. I smashed my finger in the door, guys, and it is like throbbing. It is hurting so bad. There are a couple sidebars that I remember vividly that I cannot wait to get my hands on. There is one where this was the first trial where Lally just kept objecting. And Alan Jackson went, can we approach? I'm not even sure what the objection is, or something like that. And then when they came back, Alan Jackson won. Like, he won the sidebar, whatever it was. I need to read. I remember it vividly because my whole problem with Beverly Canone and her not even being able to say a word, not even being able to say relevance, whatever it is, and her just being like, sustained. It bothered me so much all the time because you don't know what he's rejecting to. You might think you do, but sometimes I used to feel like the prosecution would just object and hope for the best. They would just object and hope for the best. Hope that Beverly would find a reason in her mind why they were objecting and sustaining. And I know that there were a couple times where the defense would just let it go because who has time? But then a couple times Alan Jackson was like, nah, let's go sidebar. And then he won, which means because she was sustaining it at first, and then they would go to sidebar, and then Alan Jackson would win, which means whatever you thought Lowry was objecting to, Beverly Canone, he actually wasn't. But you sustained it without hearing what he had to say, and then when he got up there and said what he had to say, you had to let Alan Jackson win. because he has a better argument. I can't wait to get those sidebars. I want to know. I want to know. I hated that so much. And you guys know I don't do courtroom work, but I've always been interested in it. So I did go to law school, by the way. So I understand what's happening. And there were a lot of times they would object and she would sustain. And I would be like, what was that? What was the objection? You tell me when to get my evidence book out. Because what was that? Oh, I can't wait. I really want to see. And again, I want very dramatic readings. I need somebody to be Bev. I need somebody to be Alan Jackson. I need somebody to talk like a chipmunk. I need somebody to be Brennan when he comes into play. I need it all, and I can't wait. But yeah, so this civil case is probably not going to hit the books for a very long time because civil cases take forever. But question. Because I said this earlier, I don't see how you could read this with points laid out bit by bit by bit by bit and still not even have a question. Not even have a question. Maybe you can't get all the way there because whatever. But you don't even have a question. Do you think the O'Keefe family gets this filing and decides, oh, okay, we'll sue them too? They probably weren't prescribed because nobody wanted them. Nobody needed them. I mean, they're somewhere on the court reporter's thing, all in that court reporter language. But nobody wanted them, so they didn't write them out. That's not normal. I mean, it takes a while to transcribe everything and make sure you got all the words right. Like, this is a long time. So if nobody's interested in it, they don't just transcribe everything that happens in court. But they should have known that people wanted them. I don't know if they should have knew. No, they're brainwashed. Really, Jen? Really? Melanie is looking. Let me reach out to Melanie a little so we can get our dramatic reading on it. You think they're that brainwashed even after this read? I don't know. You think they're that brainwashed that they wouldn't be like, you know what? Not only are we suing the bars and Karen, we suing all you motherfuckers too. Still, Marks Creek Rex. Still, y'all think they still, after this read, oh, I'm definitely, Kanone. I gotta get my Boston accent together. I'm for sure Kanone. I don't want to be anybody else. I'm the Beyonce of the crew, or I'm nobody. Okay? What's the Beyonce of the crew, or I'm nobody? What? Y'all really think that is interesting? Because I would think after this read, they would at least be like, okay, whether we believe it or not, this sounds good. No, y'all think they're still like, this is all bullshit. That didn't happen. Really? Y'all think they read that they never even went in the house till 3 days later? Y'all think they read that they never even took pictures of the inside of the house? Y'all think they read the text messages, talk to the cops, kept it simple. Thank you, Keith. You think they read all of that and still 100% believe Karen hit him with her car? Really? I think that's insane behavior. I think if they don't read this filing and say, you know what, we don't know what happened, so we're going to sue everybody until we figure it out. Because I understood that to begin with. I never understood them not suing the same officers that Karen are suing. But even if it's just for a simple fact, I don't know because of the way you handle this investigation. Even just for that. Even if they say, I think I know that it was Karen, but I'll never truly know because the way you handle this investigation doesn't give me the answers I need. So I'm suing you too. Really? Okay. Maybe I'll be giving people too much grace, too much common sense. I just was sue. I just sue everybody though. That was me. You and you and you and you. Was you there? And you can get it too. Who drove down the street that day? Get them in here too. I just I just don't understand them still. Not even. But maybe guys, maybe just not telling us. Their number one talking point is that the car data says she backed up at 24 miles per hour at 75% throttle at the same time John phone stopped moving forever. They're obsessed with that. Okay. Okay. But it wasn't at the same time. Like there was like a minute or okay. 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 But do they believe that 37 people in the house did not hear this car fly backwards at 24 miles an hour? Do they think that John stood there silently watching this car back into him? Didn't make a beat. Okay, who am I to judge? I try not, I try not to judge the O'Keefes too harshly because grief is a weird thing. But I cannot stand when people don't listen to facts and logic. I can't. One thing about me is I like facts. I like facts. I don't care about your feelings. And that sometimes makes me insufferable. I understand. I'm very aware of myself. I'm very aware of me. It makes me insufferable to people that I care about facts more than your feelings. I try to give them grace because they are grieving, It was very hard for me. Very hard for me when the facts don't match your feelings. Tammy, I 100% believe that they mess with the car. And not only do I think they mess with the car, I think they don't even really know how to read the car. That's why I don't give that car data that much. I've never put that much stock in the car times and when it backed up and when it went forward because, first of all, they broke it, right? They didn't break it. I don't think they knew how to read the car, and I think they messed with it. Point blank, period. And I think that because of how clear the data from the car we got from the Murdaugh trial. Did y'all watch Murdaugh? They done made 17 movies, 17 short stories, and a book, and a play, and a light show about it. If y'all haven't seen it, it's a new one on Hulu. But they had very clear information from his car. When he started the car, where he went, how fast he was going, when he slowed down. And it was very clear information. I think they didn't know how to read the car. I think they don't know what the car meant when it was telling them something. So I've never given them yes, Team Wicked Smart. They have done everything about the murder. I am over Murdaugh. I think I've never given the car data that much stock in whether or not I believe she did it. I just never have because they seem like idiots who don't even know what they were looking at or don't even know what they were reading and are not sure, and then they broke it, and then they got some data and they tried to match it to what they wanted to match it to. I just never cared. I just never cared. As smart as these cars are, I think there should be very clear data. When you started the car, where you went, when you stopped it, when you went forward, when you went back. You should have to match key cycle dates and times to the right place into the GPS data, but not this GPS data, because this time is off. I didn't watch the one on Hulu, Miss Bailey, because I was over it. There's like 17. But maybe now I will. I didn't watch the one on Hulu because I'm like, I know everything there is to know about the Murdaugh case. And that is my thing, Team Wicked Smart. Why, if everything else, they don't record an impact? They don't even record the beep, 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 beep. When I back my car up, it beeps at me. And if I try to back up too fast, it stops me in my tracks. And that shit gets on my nerves every time. I understand it's a safety feature. I don't want to knock a little kid off their bike. But stop doing that to me. That's why I've never put any real stock into that car key cycle data mess. Because I know that there are clearer data points that come from cars. So why the one y'all got from her car is all over the place? And y'all gotta hope that y'all matching the right key cycle to the right date, to the right time. Janelle, you back up off of me, okay? I need you to attack me. Yes, I'll be backing up fast. I don't. They want you to back up at 2 miles an hour, no matter what. Sometimes I want to go fast. Okay, I got somewhere to be. But I just never gave it that much weight. So to hear that's what they're hanging their hat on is like, yeah, okay. Okay, that's it. What about the rest of it? And again, like I said, when people pull that one little piece of argument, what about the rest of it? Because that was always my issue with this case. Even when I first started watching it, before I knew anything, before I knew anybody, before I knew any of the facts, Every time I was like, she could have did it. There was something else that was like, yeah, but that doesn't make sense. And that's my thing with the O'Keefes. I give them grace because they lost someone, and grief is a journey. Trust me, I know. Geniality, my key, that baby, they gonna put. You look at my key cycles, they gonna be like, man, we might need to take your license. I am of under no. First of all, geniality. Okay, the best driver I know. I can drive. So don't worry about what my key cycle data looks like. I am the best driver I know. Nobody can drive better than me. I could get in an 18-wheeler right now and be good. Do I back up fast sometimes? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do I speed a little? Maybe. That ain't none of your business. Did I hit anybody? Did I hit anybody? But did you die? Did you die? I make it home every time. Did you die? I think you didn't. But I can back up off of me. Anywho, I I have never put stock into that further. It just doesn't. It can't be a sticking point for you because there's something else that then doesn't make sense. That then doesn't make sense. Okay, let's lean on geniality. Let me tell you something. I love you, but don't get blocked up in here talking about us 313 drivers. First of all, there are no better drivers than the drivers in Detroit, Michigan. Let me tell you something. I went down to Atlanta and I wanted to blow my head off. Nobody drives better than people in Detroit. We are called the Motor City for a reason. Okay, we can drive. We can drive. I was in Atlanta. I was in Houston. Oh, I wanted to tow everybody's car. Okay, I don't understand how y'all get from point. I don't know how y'all leave the house and make it home every day. Oh no, Kim, let me tell you, I'm gonna talk about ATL. First of all, y'all can't drive. I don't make the news, I just reported. I don't make the news, I just reported. Second of all, I don't even think it's y'all fault. But Atlanta streets make no sense. The way y'all have streets, like the way y'all lights are set up on the streets make no sense and make sure y'all be able to drive. Like sitting in traffic and I just didn't understand like why is this light green and that light red? It doesn't make sense. We have to move, but we can't move because by the time we move, our light's gonna turn red and that light's gonna turn green. So y'all are always intersecting each other. Let me tell you something. This ain't my fight. I just know. I just know. I'm the best driver I know. And I've been to multiple places and y'all can't drive. Okay? Our speed limits up here are just suggestions. And we all collectively understand that. Everywhere else, y'all really be driving 35? I don't even think my car goes 35. If I try to drive 35 miles an hour, I think my car might shut off. I think my car might shut off. I don't think I thought out. Okay? Y'all really be on the freeway going 60 miles an hour. If somebody gets on a highway in Detroit going 60 miles an hour, we're going to call the police and tell them these people are impeding traffic. They will not get out of the way. Okay? We don't do that here. Exactly. All the time. They'll say this wrong. Your car start beeping at you if you try to drive 55 miles an hour on the highway. They'll be like, "Are you still there? Are you still there?" So, call the best driver I know. We get out the way. Okay? We get going. We know how to drive in rain, sleet, hail, snow, hurricane wind. We got it made up here. It's the rest of you that don't know how to drive. Any hootie, I had to get that off my chest because Genealogy tried to comfort me on my driving skill. I appreciate that. Any hootie. This Karen Reed civil case is going to take a good little minuto before it actually goes to trial because they have to depose all of these people. They have to request all of this information from all of these different people. It's going to take forever. But if I was Karen, I ain't got nothing but time. I ain't got nothing but time. Also, did y'all catch this little tidbit? Hold on. Where is it? Because I was wondering, and then they told me, did y'all catch this little tidbit? Let me share. As stated above, MSP will be added as a new party by amendment once the applicable presentment period expires. Do y'all know what that means? Do y'all know what that means? That means we ain't put the state police in here yet because there's a lot of hoops we got to jump through. But they will be added. We ain't put it doesn't say Cat PD. It doesn't say Cat PD. And I think it doesn't say Cat PD because remember, Cat and PD didn't handle the investigation technically. That was a state police investigation. The DA's office has way more protections against prosecution than the police do. She's probably not gonna. The DA's office will just say we prosecuted based on the evidence that was brought to us. They don't do the investigating, so it's very hard to sue the DA's office, if not impossible. Because they only prosecute with the evidence that was brought to us. We can sue the police though. There's just a lot of hoops we got to jump through, but we can sue them, and that's what she's saying we're going to do. Don't worry, they're not here yet, but they will be. But they will be, and if all of these other people are lucky, they will settle. And she will let all of them off the hook, depending on what that money look like. Depending on what that money look like. They give her 10, 12 M's, she might say, you know what? Okay, I let all you go. That's fine. No problem. Everybody go home. Which is even more, makes it even more crazy that OP wouldn't add them to her lawsuit. Why wouldn't she add them to her lawsuit and say, I am having so much emotional strain because I don't know what happened to my son because you people did not do a thorough investigation. Make them settle with you so you can get some money. Karen is not going to give you any money. You're not going to win that lawsuit. You're not going to win the lawsuit against the bar because there's multiple people testifying that nobody looks drunk. You know that Karen blew, or her blood said she was drunk, but nobody testified that she was falling over, she was messy, she was sloppy. Therefore, there's no reason one of their bartenders should have stopped serving her. So you're not getting any money from them. I don't understand it. I understand that grief is a journey and it takes a while. Get it. I understand. But if you really want some money, you go where the money resides. Where the money resides, where the money resides. Where the money resides, where the money resides. That's where you go. And the money is with the state police. She broke. Millions of dollars in debt. Lost her job, lost her insurance. All her lawyers. What are you doing? What are you doing? Especially after you read this. This gives you reason. Right here gives you reason to say, I read the filing. I agree. I want to add the state police to my filing. Even if you still are under Jim McCabe's thumb, okay, girl. Girl. Right, girl. Have it. But why not add the state police? No, I did not hear who's running for Norfolk County today, DA. Unless it's Chloe the dog, they better win. It's not too late. That's the thing, Tammy. It's not too late. But I don't understand why they wouldn't. You're that loyal to this police department who did the worst job they could possibly do in investigating the death of your son? Did the worst job they could possibly do. You're that loyal to them that you wouldn't sue them? I don't know. I don't know. Strange to me. Because I'm suing everybody. You get a lawsuit. You get a lawsuit. You get a lawsuit. Julie Dangle, you definitely get a lawsuit. I don't know for what yet. We'll figure it out on the way. We'll figure it out on the way. Former AG that worked in the Reed investigation. Good for her. If it's anybody but Morrissey, they should win. He should really be packing his desk right now. I hope he has a little trust fund set up somewhere to go right off into the sunset. Because this ain't going to be the job for you no more. You going to have to let this one go. Him and Bonnie Lewis. What's her name? I don't know. And I hate to talk about a Black woman attorney. It makes me so angry. I try to keep my lips buttoned up. But that one down there in Atlanta has just, I'm not gonna go too far on Bonnie. I'm gonna let her breathe. But I can't stand it because you walk through those doors that are so hard for Black women to get through, Black people, period, to walk through. And you ass and you shut the door on everybody behind you. But I'm gonna let her have it today because I don't got time for find me because I could write a book. I could write a book. And let me see. Let me get to the comments before I get out of here. Back the blue no matter what. That seems insane. That seems insane to me. But who am I? Who am I? I don't think the blood alcohol test for Karen should be admissible. It's going to be admissible, mainly because she was convicted of it. But I think I saw down here somebody say like, I went home and kept drinking. Absolutely, you don't know. She was still well over the legal limit at 7 a.m. when they took her blood. I think she had to go home, and it's not even. She had to go home and keep drinking. The last drink they had at the bar was at like 12 something, right? Maybe 11:59. There's no way from 11:59 to 7 a.m. your blood alcohol is still that high unless you continue to drink. They do. The only reason they would have to prove it is because Peg O'Keefe is suing the bars, so they do have to prove that she was drunk. But they would have to prove that the bar got her drunk, and I don't think they can do that. When are we back on live? Team Wicked Smart. I don't know. I keep telling myself that I'm going to get more consistent, and I am trying, you guys. I am trying to be more consistent. But I'll be at work, and I'll be dealing with this baby. She's not a baby. She's 5. She's my baby. See, y'all know. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not as consistent as I could be and as I should be. Number one, I be busy. I actually work, you guys, like a real deal job in law. So that takes a lot of my time, and sometimes after work, I am just over it. I am done. I don't want to do anything. So that's one reason I'm not as consistent as I could be and I should be. The second reason is after work, I have my daughter here, so I'm usually with her, and I don't want to take time away from her when she's here. She's gone on Wednesday, so I can probably do Wednesday. There's no reason for me not to do Wednesday. I'm just lazy. Uh, I like to just talk at you guys. I like to have something to talk about, and unless something is happening, I'm not one of those streamers who can just get on live and just chat shit. Like I sometimes watch people and they're online for like 2 and 3 hours, and most of their life is like nothing. And it's like, girl, what you even talking about? Like, but I should be more consistent. I'm going to try to be more consistent. I will definitely be on live once the Walshe trial starts December 1st. I'll do my regular coming to y'all every morning and talk about the day before because I am interested. I am seated for what that defense is. I am seated for what they're going to say in Walshe. I was interested in Walshe really for the defense. Like, what are you going to say? Like, what are you going to say happened? But now, after he's pleaded guilty to those two, oh, I am seated. Do you hear me? I want to know, what are you saying happened to your wife? Oh, I am seated with my seatbelt on. So we'll do that. You think his mom? Okay, let's go back to Walshe because there's a couple things with Walshe before I get off. I'm gonna get off. I got stuff to do. The TikToker pedestrian unaliving. Okay, before we get to Walshe, let's talk about this. He can go right to jail too. I don't have no sympathy. I don't have no grace. I don't have no, well, it can happen to anybody. No, it can't. No, it can't. No, it can't. No, it can't. If you don't know what we're talking about, there was a TikToker on TikTok Live hit somebody while she was live streaming on TikTok. Killed him. You can go straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. There is no reason. And God, Greener, that whatever you're TikToking about could not wait till you were stationary. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Ma'am, go straight to jail. Do not collect $200. And for her to come back on, oh, Renee, get into it. This girl, who I guess is a TikToker, hosts these panel discussions on TikTok. And when you are a panel discussion leader, you have a lot to do on your phone or wherever you're streaming from. You got to watch this and put this on, make this person shut up, make this person muted. You have a lot to do. And this pepper is doing all this while she's driving with her children in the back seat, mind you. And she's doing that while she's on live. You hear her hit someone. You hear it. You hear her hit someone. And not only do you hear her hit someone, it sounds very much so like she ran him over. That's just me. But you hear it. And then she gets off live. Come to find out this person actually died. This bumbling fool gets back on live and says, y'all know, I really don't go live. My mental is all messed up. And I really don't go live when my mental is messed up. But if y'all want to donate to me, man, try not to piss me off. Try not to piss me off. Renee. Okay, but say your phone is in the holder in your car and live. Is that different than having your phone in the holder? No, 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 no. It's very different because if you are talking, there's no reason for you to look at your phone. She was very actively looking down at her live screen and looking at, when you're on live, you have to read the comment. There's no reason you have to do that while you're driving. Pull over or wait a minute. Get to where you're going. There's no reason for you to be on live TikToking. And she can go to jail. And I don't. Straight to jail. Do not collect $200. I don't care. I don't care. Okay, now that's what I was talking about with Walshe. What do y'all mean he's gonna put it on the map? Okay, let's start with Walshe before I get out of here. I don't know where I got this from, so I need somebody to tell me where I got it from because I know I got it from somewhere, but I don't know where. I do know that I have two lives, Helena, and I don't know why. StreamYard did that. Apparently, one is more conducive if you're watching on a cell phone, and one is more conducive if you're watching on a computer. I don't know why it's doing that. Y'all know I'm not technologically savvy. It's just gonna do what it's gonna do, and I ain't got no. I don't know. But tell me where I got this from. Why did I believe? I know that for the most part, I try to not deep dive into cases before they go to trial because I like to watch them. Yeah, see, one is vertical, one is like more conducive if you're watching on your cell phone. That's what StreamYard says, and one I won't do it again. It's gone, Renee. I think it's like burned up, like incinerated. There is nobody. There won't be a body. But why did I think he was some sort of medical professional? Where did I get that? I'm sure I did because he's not. But you know why I thought that? I have no idea where I got that. I have no idea where I got that information. So when I heard those Google searches, he was like, why is he searching that? Don't he know? He does have federal charges, and I think that's going to be part of his defense. I think that's going to be part of his defense. He has like federal fraud charges or something. I think that's going to be his defense. I think his defense is going to be. Now, I don't know what he's going to say he did with the body, which is why I'm seated. I don't know what he's going to say happened to the body, which is why I'm seated. But I think part of his defense is going to be the reason he freaked out and got rid of the body is because he was already facing federal charges. And he knew that when your wife dies, the husband is the first suspect. Yes, they can bring up the searches. They can bring up the searches. They're absolutely going to bring up the searches. I know that some people, let me tell you something. If you want to just hear about cases as entertainment, I'm sure there are a bunch of people on TikTok and YouTube that will do that for you. If you want to hear about the legal end, I implore you to find legal YouTubers, legal TikToker, people with law degrees. Because I saw some girl, I'm not going to say her name, I'm not going to put her out there like that. Obviously not a lawyer, said something to the effect of, he pled guilty because now they can't use this stuff in his trial. That's not true, babies. That's not true, babes. Generally, you cannot use previous convictions in a new trial. And they won't. No, I'm not. Jen is messy. No, I'm not gonna name her Jen. And they won't. They definitely will not say, unless he denies it, they definitely will not say that he pled guilty to those other charges. But they will definitely use the evidence of those other charges as evidence of the murder charges. Absolutely. Which means the searches, which means him lying to police. That is all evidence of everything, not just the fact that he lied to the police, not just the fact that he disposed of the body. All of it is evidence. They can't use prior bags, correct, and they usually can't use previous convictions. And they won't. They won't use the convictions. They'll just use the evidence that they have for the murder. So they will absolutely use all of it. He's going to jail. On the way, I want to know, if the searches were deemed unlawful because they went outside the scope of the search warrant. I don't know that. But you may be right. You may be right. I didn't think that. I think the searches very much so. I think that's what they were arguing. But I try again. I try to stay as far as possible. I do delve into some of it because I need to know what's going on. But I try to stay somewhat out of the fray because I like to watch trials like a juror. I like to watch trials like a juror. I like to watch trials without the backstory, without the filings, without the pleadings, I like to watch trials only knowing what happens in court. It's exciting for me because I like to think about, what is a juror thinking about? What is a juror? It's sometimes hard when I know the backstory to pull myself out of it. So I have not went deep into all the filings in the Walshe case, but I don't know. I'll have to look at that. The Epstein files, baby. Team Wicked Smart. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about the Epstein files. I have very strong feelings about Epstein and our current president, so I try not to go there because, ooh, it really boils my grit. So I probably won't. I'll probably leave that to the political commentators. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. My groceries is still high, so I try to stay out of that. I don't have no time. Any hoodie, we've been here for 2 hours. Make sure there are much bigger fish than Epstein. Epstein is dead and gone. I don't give a damn about Epstein. I have more questions, but I'll leave that to the political commentators because that is not my forte. Before I get out of here, again, thank you all for everybody who Venmo'd me for my birthday. I really appreciate it. I'm so sorry that I didn't say thank you. Please understand that it was charges in my mind, not my heart. I don't be on Venmo sometimes, and I don't look at it all the time. You need the sociology on Venmo and Cash App. So y'all got 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes. Let me tell you. Yeah, I know I said. If y'all don't care, y'all can leave. I'm about to leave after this, but I know I said that I hate to bring race into everything, but the sociology of Venmo and Cash App is very much race based. Okay, there is a reason. Thank you for becoming a member, Team Wicked Smart. There is a reason that more Black people use Cash App and more non-Black people use Venmo. It was marketed that way, and it has worked that way. If you walk up to a person of color, specifically Black, more than likely they use Cash App. If you walk up to a person not of color, they use Venmo. Cash App is way less secure than Venmo, but Cash App was marketed to people of color. way more than Venmo was. And so people of color are on Cash App because it offers less protections, because it's easier to get, because you can get multiple, because they offer loans and all of that stuff, predatory lending practices. Venmo does not have all of that. And it's not marketed in areas with people of color. I can almost guarantee you, check this out, check this out, check this out. If you are Black and you have a white friend, ask them which one they use. And if you are white, have a Black friend, ask them which one they use. I don't like either. But because I happen to be melanated, more people around me use Cash App. So I find myself using Cash App more. Oh, I have them both too. I think it's mine. I find myself using Cash App more than Venmo. I don't like either. I don't even like Zelle. I'm just about my money being in these random. Give me cash dollars in my hand. I just don't like it. But this is the sociology of it. It was marketed as such. Cash App has way less protection. So many people are scammed. You can't talk to anybody. And it is just more ways to keep Black people in debt. Black, I'm not gonna say that. It was definitely marketed to an income base and a race base. Cash App was. Venmo was marketed a different way. But I prefer cash dollars in my hand, especially when we go out and they be like, "Can you cash at me for my meal?" No, give me my money. Because I don't need you to forget. But because I don't use them often, I didn't check it. I didn't look at it because if I didn't use it or I don't put money in it, I don't think about it. And so I don't want people to think that I just was an ingrateful bastard who didn't say thank you. So thank you for my Venmos for my birthday. I appreciate them. But I have them all. Because I don't ever want nobody to be like, "Oh, I don't got the money for dinner. I only got PayPal." I got that. Don't worry about it. Send me my money. I only got Cash App. I got that too. Send me my money. I only got Venmo. Don't worry about it. I got Venmo. Send me my money. I only got Apple Pay. I got that too. Send me my money. Zelle, got that too. Send me my money. I don't got time to play with these people. People will try to play you. Send me my money. You knew you was coming out to dinner. You know they hate to split checks. Send me my money. I got it. What you got? What you got? I got it. Matter of fact, if I don't got it, I'll set it up right now. Cody, we're gonna get out of here because we've been on here for a long time. We had a great Wednesday. I appreciate y'all for spending it with me. I have been drinking wine called Schwarzwälder. Somebody's gonna. Ooh. That was crazy. It starts with the G. It ends with minor. And I love it. And I got these oranges. I told y'all these oranges with they're like freeze dried and sugar coated. They're at Trader Joe's. Y'all should try them. Put them in your cocktails or just eat them. Very good. Very good. Before I leave, just happy Thanksgiving. Also, we are still working on Honest Tea. That is coming. Our first show will be live on Legal Pour though. So we will come over here, make sure everybody is set up so they can follow us over on Honest Tea. That is going to be the gossip channel. And I want to let y'all know who y'all see on Legal Pour, Miss McKinney over here on Legal Pour. She's real buttoned up. Okay. She is real legal based. She is a lawyer with her law degree past the bar. And even still, sometimes I act like I don't got the decorum or professionalism I should have in my big age and my educational level. So y'all can only imagine who I am when it's time to gossip about the mess. And I want y'all to keep those two people separate. No, it's not even going to be any Housewives content because I don't even think my Mika watches Housewives. This is going to be gossip. This is going to be all type of content. This is going to be random questions. This is going to be, what's going on in the blogs, everything. And I don't want y'all to mix these two personalities. Okay? If y'all don't like me over there, don't hold it against Miss McKinney. Because when I'm gossiping, I'm a totally different person than who I am over here. But we will be here live, maybe the day before Thanksgiving, maybe the day after, and then we're gonna revamp over there at Honest Tea. I'm gonna try to. Y'all know I be trying to be technologically savvy, but I'm going to get the link and I'm going to try to put it in the comments of one of these lives that StreamYard so that y'all can follow that and be ready. But the first live will be over here and we'll get it all set up. But yeah, don't expect lawyer Miss McKinney on Honest Tea. Okay? And don't expect Honest Tea Miss McKinney on Legal Pour. Over here, this is we real different. Over there, we gonna have a good time. All right. I will try numbers. Don't. That seems like real IT based, and I don't have all of them skills yet, but I'm gonna try. Thank y'all for joining me on this Wednesday. I really appreciate it. I hope y'all have a good night. Hope y'all have a good holiday, and we will be back when more messiness happens in the legal world. Definitely will be back on December 1. We're going to be seated for the Walshe opening statements. Just go to the page and share. I will try. Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for joining me. Bye. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.
Bye, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.